Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of NASCARFemale.com's webcast, The Burnout, featuring myself, Kimberly Grace Bowman, the OR for the number 24, Chase Elliott, and my co-host, Emily Luther, the OR for Ryan Blaney, number 21. Lots of things to talk about this week. Number one, I think everyone's excited about, and Emily just faded away, and then she comes back. You dropped out there.
Sorry, my bad.
All right. Talladega coming up this weekend. No one's excited for that whatsoever, right?
Not at all. I've only been talking about this race all season.
And it's my home track, so it's mutual. All right. Got some big news to talk about also. Pretty interesting news coming out just today, in fact. Joey Logano, number 22, hit with severe penalties. But this time, the penalty is a first. The first officially, how shall I say, not complete revoke of the win, but the first instance of them taking away the benefits of the win, which of course is sealing you into the playoffs, or as we like to call it around here, the chase.
They might as well have taken away the benefits of the entire race at this point.
Basically, and it's the first instance of this happening since this whole change of setup. I find it very interesting, both interesting and amusing, that it happened to a Penske team first.
Okay, wow.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But
you don't sound happy about it or anything. Tone it down.
But considering the fact that maybe they skirt things a little bit more than others, and it's been cracked down upon finally, maybe a little bit.
I don't know. I honestly thought the 48 team was going to get busted first, so there's that.
Interesting thing, though, they are not appealing it, which could be several different scenarios here. We could say, okay, they're not appealing it, so they're just accepting things.
Or is this their way of admitting guilt?
Right, admitting guilt, but also they were quick to say they weren't appealing. So it's almost like, did they see it coming? Did they do something on purpose? I don't think they would, because, what team would jeopardize their win?
You never know what Penske's up to, though. They have the weirdest strategy sometimes.
Well, kudos to NASCAR here, because I'm just thinking, okay, they've been doing a lot of penalizing and stuff and with things, and finally they cracked down on this time very hard. And I think it's proven that you can't skirt the rules.
I just wish they would have been a little bit more consistent with their rulings, because there's been plenty of teams that this could have happened to. I just wish they were a little bit more consistent, honestly.
Right. So, to get a little bit more details on that whole saga, got the stats here. Elevator music. All right, come on in, man. All right. Game show. All right, I got the page up. I'm just making sure it's not a ad. It's going to make me jump. All right.
My computer just froze. Yeah.
That's what about.
Not surprising, but weird. Nonetheless.
All right. I got the specs here. NASCAR on Thursday issued an L1 level penalty to Team Penske's number 22 team for a rear suspension violation discovered during teardown at the R&D Center in Concord. The penalty carries multiple consequences, which includes making Logano's win at Richmond encumbered. The encumbered win is the first for a victorious Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series team since NASCAR adopted that policy in 2016, which means Logano cannot use the Richmond win as consideration for automatic playoff spot. Should Logano still make the postseason, the 5 playoff points that come with the victory would not apply for Richmond. The official race record will still list Logano as the winner. Additional penalties are a $50,000 fine and 2-race suspension for crew chief Todd Gordon, and the loss of 25 driver points and 25 owner points. The violation was under Section 20 of the rulebook according to Penalty Grid. NASCAR issued the 22 team did not adhere to the following. The truck trailing arm spacer, pinion, angle, shim, mating surfaces must be planar and must be in complete contact with corresponding mating surfaces at all points and at all times. That was a mouthful.
I feel like the whole situation is just a mouthful.
Yep. Now, I would like to have that translated into English a little bit better to understand, okay, exactly what they did wrong. They did something wrong, I got that, but obviously it was pretty big beyond just, a few loose lug nuts,
Yeah. I hate when they put L1 penalty. Like, I get it, you tell me what the L1 penalty is, but what exactly was it? Like, I get it was a suspension, but what about the suspension? Was it too low, too high? Was there too much material? Like, what exactly is it?
Right. Exactly. All right. Moving along. It is interesting, though, that they did not revoke his win in full. Do you think that, I guess in some ways, that would have really stirred the pot a little bit? Remind you again who was second this week? It was Kozlowski, because it was 1-2, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that wouldn't have been any better. But,
I mean, either way, though, like, again, with the consistency thing, I want to know what they did so wrong compared to somebody else who got an L1 penalty. I want to know what the difference is between somebody else who got an L1 penalty in the 22 team. I want to know why this happened. Not because, I'm a Penske fan, but because I want to know that they're being consistent with it, and they're not right now.
Right. It does make the question, will a race ever be fully revoked? Now that we've had the first encumberment to take place, is there a chance that a full win revoke will happen in the near future?
I doubt it. I think it'll be too much bad press for NASCAR.
Right. Encumbering is enough to crack down, but not make yourself look bad.
Yeah.
Right. All right, get here. Well, of course, the site's very hard to manage. All right. Why are you doing that? Okay, there we go.
We had some sad news come out of racing this week, not NASCAR, but racing in general.
Yeah, I heard about something. Go ahead.
So Johnny Andretti was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. They pretty much, when you're at that point, they don't know how long he has. There's speculation that it's going to be within the year. Nobody really wants to be the person that says that, though. However, that's what the speculation is, especially because of where it's at and what stage it's in.
Right. Sad indeed. What are the headlines coming out this week? The race this past weekend, I'm trying to recall it. I need to start taking notes during the race because I'm ridiculous at remembering every little thing that happened.
I can tell you what happened. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Ryan Blaney both did crappy.
Oh yeah, now Speedy need to come back to me.
They both did crappy. Ask me how I really feel about it, please, 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 because I guarantee you're not going to like my answer.
How do you feel about it, Emily?
I'm a little upset. It's just, it's infuriating. Like, they both, I don't understand two people who have the worst luck ever. Like, especially Ryan. I thought the black cloud was gone after Texas this year. Nope, apparently not. It decided to reappear. They're like, oh, you're having too good of a year already. Let's screw it up.
Yeah.
It's so infuriating. I got so frustrated this past weekend that I literally just was like, all right, whatever. It was like 30 laps to go. I was like, I'm not even going to bother at this point.
Yeah, my dad was kind of irritated because it was like every single person he picked for his fantasy lineup, it's kind of like they all ran, except like one maybe.
Oh, yeah. It was ridiculous. Richmond literally felt like, okay, first of all, the worst part about Richmond, I can't. The worst part about this past weekend was the tires.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Explain to me why, again, I am bringing this up. Don't explain to me why, again, I'm bringing it up, because I know why I'm bringing it up, because it's frustrating. However, why do I continue to have to bring it up? Explain to me how Goodyear has been the official tire of NASCAR for how long? How long? And we still don't have a decent tire that can run on a track. This is ridiculous.
Is it more, like, is there any playing factors in the car itself or what they're doing in the sport that would give Goodyear the benefit of the doubt at any point?
I want to say that I could give Goodyear the benefit of the doubt because NASCAR does keep changing the package. However, they have testing sessions all year long at various tracks. Like, there's only so much you can forgive with them. And I'm at my breaking point with Goodyear.
Yes,
there are a lot of situations where both of my drivers would have had a good race had a tire not been an issue, whether they're caught in the wrong place at the wrong time or their own tire messes them up. It's very infuriating.
Right. It's funny. I don't remember. I think it was about tires. I'm not sure. I was watching a video a while back of them talking about tires or something. It may have not been tires, but just hearing them talk so professionally and talk about the engineering aspects and yada yada hoo hoo. And then you watch a race and blow up. It's kind of funny. I mean, especially so many. I mean, it's like when every caution about was caused by a cut tire. I mean, and there were a lot of cautions.
Yeah. It just blows my mind. Like, how can the tire be this crappy? No matter what track you go to, no matter what the package is, it's still crappy.
It's like physics here, people.
Like, let me work for Goodyear, because I'm going to be lazy and be like, well, I tried to make a good product. While still making $200,000 a year.
Maybe more. I don't know. What do they make?
More.
All right, so
have you seen the polls for who they? So, of course, NASCAR fans, they have a hard time, living in the present, and it's always some sort of speculation as to, when a big announcement is made as what comes next.
Yeah, speculation
with the whole junior retirement thing. Look, I'm not crying right now. Be proud of me. It's a step in the right direction. That's all I have to say. However, read some polls this week, which it really shouldn't be unexpected when I say what the polls revealed. However, I did think it was interesting. Most people think Alex Bowman's going to take over, which, I mean, I wouldn't be mad about it. He's a great driver. He's very talented. He'll be in a car for years to come. I see him succeeding a lot. William Byron was another speculation. However, I did see some really interesting ideas, which I think I touched on it a little bit last week. One is the idea of Because Ryan's contract at Penske's up too. I love the idea of Ryan going to Hendrick.
It could work. It's already pretty. Okay, yeah. Alright, so being teammates with Chase, would that work?
I think it would.
Just kidding.
I didn't think Jimmy and JJ were, or Jimmy and Junior would work out, but it did.
Alright. Kayla wanted me to remind everyone that Homestead tickets go on sale tomorrow. She suspects junior fans will be going crazy, and a lot of tickets will be sold out pretty soon, especially for that last race.
I want to go so bad. I wish I had the money to. But I'm planning a wedding and paying for a wedding, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Some things take precedence there.
If you were wondering, weddings are very expensive when you're paying for them yourselves.
Yeah.
Even when you try to do it on the cheap.
I can imagine. Well, I really can, but I'm no
I can give you some numbers if you really have them.
Just tell me this. How many figures are they? 4, 5? What are we talking? 3, 4?
There's 5 digits.
5 digits? You're joking, right?
Yeah, we're talking about like thousands of our budget was 10,000. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Oh wow.
Oh crap.
Yep, that's what happens when you come from a small town and you know everybody.
Well, you think if you're from a small town, you know everybody, you know, Aunt Ella can fix the cake, you know, you could get...
That's the great part about it is that most cakes run $600, and we're getting ours for $100. So, you know, that does come in handy. However, you have to feed these people, and that's where it gets expensive.
You tell them to bring a sack lunch. Bring a...
Oh, well.
Make it dinner on the grounds. Picnic for...
Maybe Dylan or Junior would be willing to come be the officiant for the wedding since Ryan refuses to answer me.
Holy crap. You do know
we're gonna escalate the situation.
No, they do have to have the credentials to be able to officiate. You do realize that, right?
Yeah, I'll pay for him to get that.
Oh my lord.
You think I'm lying? God.
Oh, I know you mean it. That's what makes it funny.
No, but really, I heard like people are so for Michigan, tickets have been selling like crazy this week apparently. For the for the June race, because I got an email this week from Michigan and that they like threw something into the weekend to like juniors last June race there. So
I'm sure every track would probably be doing something. The last ones especially. In the fall.
So I'm like, great. I'm gonna be a blubbering mess that weekend. That's good to know. Thanks for warning me now, Michigan. Appreciate you.
Yeah, just looking out for you.
Yeah,
all right.
We'll go with
Talladega stats. We have stage 1 of the Talladega race, which, pause here, I'm very intrigued of knowing how stages will play out at Talladega, of all places, because Talladega usually has stages of its own, but let's continue on here. Stage 1 ends lap 55, stage 2, and the final stage set to end on 188. So that's, can't do fast math in my head, but about 50 laps for the first stage, and about 78, it's 55 laps for the first stage, and then about 50 for the second stage, and then about 78 for the final stage.
I am so ready for these stages to see how they play out.
I'm
so
very
ready.
Because, you know, at first I figured stage races work best on long tracks. Turns out stage racing is better on short tracks. And then throw Talladega in here, and it's going to be a whole hot mess.
I think it's interesting that with the way like the chase plays out and the the new stages and everything, I find it interesting that they kept all the short tracks together and then threw, or at least two of the short tracks together and then threw after. Like, I'm surprised they didn't change the schedule around, but maybe they're waiting until the chase to change it around because didn't they switch things up for a fall schedule?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure.
Definitely, because I mean, Talladega, usually it kind of initiates the stages itself in the form of mini cautions. So I have several months ago, I probably would, before the short track run, probably would have said that short track racing on Talladega would be exciting. I mean, stage racing in Talladega would be exciting. I'm not so sure now. Because I mean, long green flag runs is what makes Talladega a little bit more gritty and exciting usually. So
yeah,
one of the stages may mess it up or be kind of unintentional. It's like, especially like if you have multiple cautions and you come up against the stage and it's like, we finally was back to green. Why did you have to interrupt it?
Fair enough. I think it'll be interesting to play out just because, stage at the end of every stage there's a caution, and it'll be interesting because we saw how it got messed up at Texas, and that's not even like a special track by any means. See how the stages play out with all the wrecks at Daytona.
Yep, definitely be nice to see. Yeah, any more track facts? You got any more track facts for us, ready?
I do not have any track facts. My computer keeps freezing. Give me a second, I can try and bring them up again. I think it's my actual computer. Wi-Fi is just like, LOL, bye. Oh. Oh my gosh. So slow. Come on. I'm like doing the little like Wi-Fi loading dance, like the rain dance, but it's
loading.
Maybe if I close out of like half the stuff on my computer, that will help.
Yeah. I've had days where I had like 20 tabs open. It's like a writer's brain, having 20 tabs open at all times.
Oh, that's literally like nothing. Welcome to the world of IT. It's a fun place to be.
I know I run a website through Wix, and sometimes when I'm editing the website, it'll just get slow after I've been editing for a while. And I just have to close it out and start again.
It's the worst.
Not to mention the internet service here could be a little better.
I live in a literally metropolitan area. Why is my internet not better?
It's like, okay, it's just 2017. Have you watched any sci-fi movies lately? We should be in perfect condition of internet service. Which people just grasp it out of the air.
So, Talladega, finally it loaded, is a 2.66 mile tri-oval. I literally hate the word tri-oval. It is very awkward to say. Banking is very at Talladega because in the turns it is 33 degrees, which I love. In case you're wondering.
Me too.
October 2016 race winner was none other than the, whatever you want to call him. I like to think of the NASCAR convict currently. Even though he wasn't jailed, he was put in NASCAR jail, though. Joey Logano. Why is April 2016 not here? April 2016 winner is not listed. That's very weird.
No one.
April 2016 pole winner was Chase Elliott. October 2016 pole winner was Martin Truex Jr. Bill Elliott has the fastest track qualifying record. I love it. And this was before restrictor plates. A 212.81 miles per hour.
Wow.
With the restrictor plates, 199.39 miles per hour. That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Youngest pool winner was none other than Chase Elliott at 20 years old, following right in his father's footsteps at restrictor plate races.
Just can't wait for him to follow in his father's footsteps in another way. Get that W.
It's been a long time coming. It'll be nice when it actually happens.
It'll come in its own time. No rush.
Tire notes and facts. Okay, why do we even include a tire notes and facts section on the page? Because the tire is never good.
They're just covering their tracks. That was a good one. I gotta admit that was a good one.
Yep. All right, who's your pick?
Oh, Talladega. Picking one person. Is it even possible?
Uh-huh. Because I know who I'm going with.
Well, duh. Go ahead and say it.
I'm going with the 88 this weekend. It's his track. It has been for a long time. Where the most amount of his wins come from.
Mm-hmm. It would happen to be a safe pick. So do we both pick 88?
Real reason I'm not pick. So I literally am never picking Ryan again because every time I do, he fails. So I'm not doing it.
That didn't work this past weekend.
Yeah, I know. But I said I wanted to pick him last weekend. So even alluding to the fact that I want to pick him jinxes him. So I'm just saying I'm never picking him again.
Oh, it's hard to pick anyone else besides the 88. That would be a pretty good choice. That's a pretty safe choice.
I think we need to watch the 78 this weekend too.
I was thinking about that too. It could definitely be a dark horse pick there.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
He's been creeping this season.
Yeah, I'll go with the 78 just so I won't pick the same as you.
He's itching for a win, like you can tell.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. 42 could be a dark horse too. He's been running really well this season.
For sure. But like I said, I mean, it's Talladega here. It depends on.
You never know.
You do.
It's hard to pick one person because you get the big one, and then you get the really big one, and then you get the biggest one. So you never really know what's going to happen.
And then you get a race like a couple years ago when there wasn't even a big one, and you're like,
yeah,
hey, is this Talladega? I'm so glad.
That was the most boring race at Talladega I've ever watched in my life.
You don't want to see the wrecks, of course, but the action level definitely has returned back in the recent season. So I'm so glad that because that was. I'm not asking away from a Talladega race and it was boring. Something went right that year.
Like, I'm not one to wish for wrecks. However, it does make things interesting.
Definitely. And especially, okay, and you clarify those ignorant people who know nothing about NASCAR. It's not about seeing drivers wreck each other because it's the wrecks that happen when they're racing legitimately. It has nothing to do with the drama of who's wrecking who out. Because I'm sure some ignorant people will be like, you just like seeing them wreck each other. No, it's when you're racing and physics gets involved. That's when the wrecks become exciting.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like when something in NASCAR makes the news and it's like something major, like a conflict or something, and that's the only time they make a big deal about whether it's a wreck or something, like maybe the feud between Kansas and Logano or these things like that. It's like people just need to get a grip.
Oh yeah, it blows my mind how people completely ignore NASCAR until something interesting happens and they want to give them.
Or the Daytona 500 watcher fans.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, I watched the Super Bowl, so I'm a fan of football.
Pretty much, yep.
Like, no, you're just checking out the sport, which I've done it. Okay, I'm just a fledgling fan there too, so it's like I understand that. But I was thinking about that this week of people who just watch the Daytona 500 and consider themselves, "Ooh, I like racing." No, you don't.
Yeah.
All right, that's my soapbox for the evening.
Mine was good year, so it's fine.
All right, so have we covered our headlines? We started a little late, so we're not over time here.
But you know what? We are going to be overtime this Sunday.
Very true. And why do I come to NASCAR website and it opens it in another window? Explain that to me. All right. As far as I can tell, we've covered the major headlines. Not much happened this week, but what did happen was a couple duties. Well, thank y'all for tuning in again this week. Be sure to check out NASCARfemale.com and read all the articles that our ladies reporters work so hard to do in support of their favorite driver. I am personally very much behind on getting an article out on Chase Elliott, and part of it is due to being sick for 2 weeks, and then I got better, and then I got procrastination, and then other things started happening, and I have not written anything. Good news, I just had my first Dallas Cowboys article published on NFL Female. Liz just published that, which I, again, blame procrastination because it took me like 6 months to write it. But I wanted to make sure it was right. So anyway, little shameless plug there. All right, so tune in next week, right here, same place, NASCARfemale.com YouTube channel for the Burnout at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Help us spread the word, get it out, chat with us, send us questions. We would love to have y'all interacting with us more. And we will see y'all again next week. Don't forget to follow us on social media and keep up with all the fascinating things happening in the world of NASCAR at NASCARfemale.com. Thanks for joining us, guys. Have a great rest of your evening.
Night, y'all.